We turn attention to India, where the parliament has authorized a no confidence vote against Narendra Modi's government by an alliance of opposition parties to force the prime minister to address in detail concerns about ethnic clashes in a northeastern state. Modi's party has a clear majority of 301 members in the 502-seat lower house of parliament. So Wednesday's no confidence vote will not impact its stability. The opposition instead wants to trigger a debate over the violence in remote Manipur state, in which more than 130 people have been killed and 60,000 displaced since it began in early May. Approving the opposition motion, Lower House Speaker Om Birla said he would soon decide when the debate and vote would take place. The ethnic tensions in the small state of 3.2 million people are seen as a rest security and political failure by Modi's government, which will face a national election by May 2024. Prime Minister Modi had not commented in public about the violence until last week, when videos showing two women being paraded naked and molested by a mob in Manipur surfaced, sparking national outrage. More than 40 people have died in Algeria, Italy, and Greece, and thousands have been evacuated as Mediterranean wildfires threaten villages and holiday resorts. The heaviest death toll so far is in Algeria, where the 34 victims included 10 soldiers surrounded by flames during an evacuation in the coastal province of Bejaia. In Greece, the Civil Protection Ministry warned of an extreme danger of fire in 6 of the country's 13 regions on Wednesday. 2 pilots died on the island of Evia, just north of Athens, when the Canadair firefighting plane crashed into a ravine. Italy has been hit by contrasting extreme weather events, with deadly storms in the north and wildfires in Sicily, as well as several more southern regions. Portugal did not escape the heat wave unscathed, with more than 600 firefighters deployed to try to put out a fire in a national park in Cascais on Tuesday, near the capital Lisbon. At least 130 firefighters worked to contain a fire near Croatia's southern city of Dubrovnik, with water bombing planes used to stop a wildfire that burned across the region on Monday. Fires also broke out on the French Mediterranean island of Corsica in the early hours of Wednesday. In East Africa, Kenyans have voiced cautious optimism for an end to political unrest after President William Ruto said he was ready to meet opposition leader Raila Odinga anytime following months of anti-government protests. Since veteran politician Raila Odinga urged Kenyans to take to the streets in March, his Azimio alliance has held 9 days of protests against the government, with the demonstrations sometimes descending into looting and deadly clashes with police. Late Tuesday, Mr. Ruto expressed his willingness to meet Mr. Odinga in a social media post addressing the opposition leader. There was no immediate response to the offer from Mr. Odinga, who has urged Kenyans to come out for parades and vigils for anti-government protesters killed in the demonstrations. The violence has sparked outrage among rights groups, with campaigners denouncing the police for firing tear gas and live rounds to disperse stone-throwing protesters. 20 people have so far been killed, according to official figures, though Azimio says at least 50 people have died. Minister in presidency responsible for State Security Agency in South Africa says top national security officials from South Africa, China, Russia, India, and Brazil were set to advance, among other things, their common BRICS agenda and cooperation on security-related matters. The South African official welcomed her counterpart on Tuesday for the BRICS 13th National Security Advisors meeting in Sandton, Johannesburg. The representatives discussed various matters of global security affecting their regions, as well as economic cooperation. The meeting of national security advisors and high representatives on national security is a platform for BRICS countries to carry out political and security cooperation. This comes ahead of the 15th BRICS summit that will take place in Johannesburg in August.